What's up, guys? Hellish Hero Toy Reviews doing a bonus review. This time on, continuing our Transformer Age of Extinction toy reviews. Um, Crosshairs. I think I did an unboxing for this figure, and I think I kind of briefly went over it. But I think he deserves a proper review. Um, Again, like with let's make sure everything's together properly. Um, like with Scorn and Bumblebee and Optimus, um, you know, Crosshairs was another character who I really liked. But like I said, at the time I only had enough for one figure. I was 14, 15 years old. So, and I got Strafe. He's another character who I think I would have been happy with. Um, but like I said, at the time, I was just obsessed with the Dinobots. So, but over the years, I've seen reviews for him. I've seen stop motion animations with him and stuff like that. So he was a really appealing figure to me. Also, I really did like his character in the movie. He's a Autobot paratrooper, complete opposite from his G1 counterpart. Outside of the design of the G1 Crosshairs, I'm not too familiar with like his characterization or whatever, his personality. Um, but yeah, I really digged him in the movie. I kind of like his kind of how would you describe Crosshair's personality? Um, he was a bit, yeah, he was snarky. He was respectful to Optimus, though. He did see Optimus as a good leader. Um, but he did get into it with Bumblebee and Hound and maybe Drift. I don't remember. Um, so yeah, he kind of had a mouth. Kind of had a mouth to him. Uh, but yeah, he was a cool. He was just a sleek, cool, dope ass Transformer character. He was really cool. He's one of my favorite colors. I like the green on him. The green and black. I think he's a type of Lamborghini, like Lockdown. I'm not sure, but he's a dope looking sports car, or yeah, sports race car looking type car. Um, Wait, I think it has. I'm not sure. I think it has the type of car he is on the back, but like I said, it's molded in the green and black, so you really can't make it out, or I can't make it out, unfortunately. Um, One thing I do like, as you can see, one side has these black stripes, and the other side is just green, just basic green. Um, so yeah, I dig that. I genuinely dig that. I'm not sure. Like I said in previous videos, they updated a lot of the Age of Extinction characters who appeared in last night. I think Crosshairs was one of them. They switched up his look, so now he was like green and silver. He didn't have the green and black design anymore. I think he came with more weapons. I'm not sure if they updated the mold or not. A lot of people, I know there's a lot of people who do like this figure, like myself. There's some, I guess, who didn't particularly care for this figure. They feel like he's a shell former, and he kind of is. Personally, I don't. Depending on the figure, depending on, I guess, the aesthetic of the toy, I don't. I'm not really bothered by shell formers. Honestly, that I think that's kind of cool. Me personally, I think shell formers are cool. But yeah, he's kind of considered one, and I'm not bothered by it. I just like this version more than the last night version. Um, the detail on the wheels is nice, and they all roll pretty well. They all roll nicely. See the bottom of him. Yeah, see the bottom of him. So yeah, it'd be nice if you had the option to turn his head around, so you won't see it when you flip it when you look under it. But he doesn't have a lot of head articulation, unfortunately. Um, I did get this figure new. For the most part, the figure is in decent shape for being a 9-year-old figure. Um, he was just one of those figures like, yeah, I'll get him eventually, and eventually I was like, yeah, let me just see how much he goes for. And I randomly bought him. I don't remember how much I paid. I'm sure it was like $20. I got him through Macari, so you can find fairly good deals on certain figures on there. Um, but yeah, he's just cool. I just dig him. I like the black and the green, and yeah, yeah, crosshairs. Another fun fact. I'll go ahead and start transforming him. Um, Another fun fact: he was voiced by John DiMaggio, same voice actor who has done Jake the dog from Adventure Time, Bender from Futurama. He was also the Scotsman in Samurai Jack. He's been in a lot of stuff, but thought that was cool since I'm a fan of his that he did Crosshairs. I can do a decent Crosshairs impression, but I'm not going to do it on video unless I decide to animate with this figure, which I'm considering doing like a transformer, just a video with him just transforming from car to robot. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I've done a few of those so far, so eventually I'll get around to uploading that. For the most part, he's not too hard. It's mostly just snapping things in the right places. Um, oh, his arm is kind of snug. I'll come back to that. Oh, there we go. It's one arm. Okay, let's see if I can get the other arm. Oh, I've only transformed him a few times. This may be my second or third time. Because I think when I got him, I just messed with them a little bit and kept them in robot mode. So, there we go. Spin the legs and let's see, pull this back. This comes down. You can kind of fold the legs out a little bit. I think his arms are on a double joint. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, my bad. Flip the wheels out. Excuse me. Pull the shoulders out a little bit. And now we get to the most iconic part of this version of Crosshairs and this toy. These rubber pieces. For those who've seen Age of Extinction or The Last Night, Crosshairs had a trench coat. And I'd say the designers get an A for effort. It was creative. It was very creative. I give them that. Did it work so well with the figure? Yes and no. I think it's cool on the figure. Oh man, why is this giving me a hard time? Trying to pull this heel out. There we go. This one doesn't give me as much trouble. Pull those heels out. And yeah, I think we have Crosshairs. You can flip this out if you want. It does look a little silly, so I just kind of leave it down. Yeah, so yeah, here's Crosshairs. Like I said, the transformation isn't hard. It's mostly just kind of pegging everything in the right spaces. He's very clean. Like I said, I like how we had a smaller cast of Autobots in the movie, and it was easier to tell who was who. Like, he was green and black. Hound was heavy. Hound was more like a military green, and he was heavy set. So, Drift looked like a samurai, and he was blue, and Optimus was kind of his traditional red and blue, and he looked like a knight, and Bumblebee just kind of like an upgraded version of the traditional Bumblebee. Um, but yeah, and I feel like that was carried over with the figures. All the at least the deluxe class toys were solid. You know, they all had their own unique accessories and their own unique designs, transformations. Um, so yeah, I dig them. I really like his head. I think the sculpting on that is nice and detailed. He has light piping. He has blue eyes, which is nice. Of course, the Dakara version, I believe, may just be more movie accurate, and in the movie, can't may not be able to see, but he has molded aviator goggles. In the movie, they were red and blue, like 3D glasses. That wasn't obviously that wasn't done on the figure, but the Dakara version, his goggles are painted, so that's something to keep in mind. I think his torso has nice detail, and like I said, I just like him. He's a solid figure. Yeah, like I said, looking at him from the back, he does look like a shell former. But like I said, this is a kid's toy. Yes, of course, adult collectors can enjoy it, but it was, more geared towards children. Transformation, shouldn't be too difficult, and he's just a cool looking robot. Um, I'll show real quick. He does come with um, 3 weapons. I think he got 2 of these in the last night version, so I'll give the last night Crosshairs that. He came with more accessories. Um, yeah, he comes with this weapon, which is cool. He looks really, 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 really cool with it. And he can double hold it, or you can at least pose him um, holding it, sort of, kind of, a little bit. Yeah, you can kind of pose him holding it with 2 hands. So that's cool. I dig that. Let's see. Shows other weapon real quick. It comes with 2 of these, which I like. I believe, yeah, they're guns, I believe. And he can hold them in both hands, but the peg is small on both of these, unfortunately, so they kind of easily fall out of his hand. Um, Let me see real quick. Um, there we go. So, yeah, you can make it look like he's holding one big gun, like I said, but you have to gotta put them in there a certain way for it to hold. But still cool. So, like I said, he gets 3 weapons, and these both can be pegged on. These both can be pegged on the inside of the trench coat. Oh, one just fell. These can be pegged on the inside of the trench coat. I'm not gonna bother to show it. Um, there's two little pegs on the inside, and you can store those on the inside. And he has a hole on the side on both sides of his legs, and you can put this gun on the side of his leg, give him like a sidearm type thing. That's really cool. So real quick, size comparisons. Let's see. Here he is with Bumblebee. They look good together. They kind of got into it in the last night, which was funny. But yeah. And I'm not going to bother showing him with Optimus because I showed that in Optimus's review. And here he is with Scorn, since he wrote on top of Scorn, no pun intended. Um, yeah. So, do I recommend this figure? Let's see, where did that piece go? Oh, I see it. All right, found it. Yes, I do. Like I said, the last night one is kind of an upgraded version. So if you just like that one more, go for it. They made a G1 figure, or made a recent figure based off the G1 version of Crosshairs. So you got a few options, but I just genuinely just like the aesthetic of him. And I, excuse me, I could be biased because he's my favorite color, one of my favorite colors. Um, but yeah. So yeah, that's it for Crosshairs. Yeah, get him. Like I said, he shouldn't be too expensive on the secondhand market. Like, so my only gripes really, which other people kind of mentioned, like over time playing with this, these rubber pieces could deteriorate. So that's really like my only gripe with the aesthetic of the figure. But everything else is solid. I like him a lot. Um, yeah, next review will be on a Transformers Prime character. So I'm getting my second Prime Transformers Prime character in my collection, who actually appeared in the show. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace, you guys.